My evaluation is we didn't start like I thought we would start. I thought we had a great 4 days of practice. We were loose, we were energetic, we were focused the whole week, but it just didn't start how I wanted to start. They started off with a big kickoff return, and then we had a personal foul on that same play. And again, you got to start better than we've been starting. I thought we would improve on that just because of the way we practice, but when you start that bad, it's hard to keep your confidence throughout the game, and we just got behind. Once we got behind that quick, I tried to keep them up as much as we possibly could and keep them playing, but we have got to start a lot better than we just did.
Coach, are you concerned about your defense at all? Because, I mean, at points it's just like they can't stop us.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're definitely concerned about that. Again, it's across the board. We have to control the line of scrimmage much better than we've been doing. And again, a lot of times the secondary takes a lot of the heat, for coverage and being soft and the ball being caught. But it's across the board. We've got to control line of scrimmage. When we rush 4, we're not getting there. We rush 5, we're not getting there. And a couple of times with the run, we've got to penetrate more than we are, and we're just letting teams, run the ball and pass the ball, and we've got to find a way to stop it.
George, a lot of changes. You coming down from the press box and Coach Nine is going up. Do you think any of that contributed to the slow start?
No, not really. On the kickoff, we've got to play better. We've got to cover, and we didn't cover very well. And then once we got the personal foul, then that just started us reeling. And then once we came out on defense, it's both defensive line and secondary. We've got to be more aggressive in the secondary and not turn guys loose. And defensive line, again, we've got to be more stout against the run. And the biggest thing is when they do throw the ball, if we're not pressuring people, he's basically standing back there the whole time, and we've got to find ways to get those guys get more vertical and getting in his face and staying in our rush lanes to where we're a little better against the pass.
When the guys were down 21-0, did you get the sense from the players that it's the "oh no, here we go again" type mentality?
Once it was 21-0, I didn't really get it at that point because I thought they still had a good look in their eye and they were still trying to fight. We just got to continue. We just got to play better. Even overall, the whole game, I still didn't think they necessarily just said, oh, well, and gave up. I think we still got some fight in us. We just got to find a way to make some more plays on offense, and we've got to find a way to play better on defense.
Do you think the events of the week, the firing of Coach Loxley and everything, may have taken a greater toll than what you guys may have estimated?
Maybe so. I can't necessarily answer that for sure because, like I told you before, we played practice really well this week from day one all the way till the end of the week. So maybe it did. I can't really answer that, but initially I didn't think so. I thought they were really focused the whole week. They had a good grasp of the game plan, and again, we just got to come out and start a lot faster than you do. When you're a team that hasn't played well and you start like we started, it's hard to keep your confidence. But all that being said, I still don't think they quit on us. We just got to find ways to make plays on defense.
How do you explain the lack of the rushing game in general?
Excuse me?
How do you explain the lack of the rushing game in general?
The lack of the rushing game? Same, kind of along the same lines, like I said, with our defensive line, our offensive line too. We still got to find the ways to control the line of scrimmage much more than we do, and we just got to keep coaching them and challenge them to be more physical and more aggressive and for lack of a better word, impose our will up front to where we can run the ball better. And the same thing defensive line. We just got to control the line of scrimmage.
Are you willing to make changes up front to make sure those guys can get some pressure on the quarterback or something, or just get something going?
Well, defensive line-wise, it's tough just because we don't have a whole lot of depth. So that's why we pretty much keep rotating the same guys. Like today, we played 7 guys. And it gets pretty tough, especially when teams are throwing the ball and you're playing 7 defensive linemen, rotating them in and out. Because it hurt us one spot, too. Was hurt, one of our newer guys from junior college, and that hurt us some because it took us down to 7. So it gets tough on those kids. So we just, they're still trying to give me all they got, but we just got to find another way to do it. Whether we need to change the scheme, we got to find something to get a spark and get them going to where we're better at the line of scrimmage.
George, on your first series, offensive series, Ty had a drop, and then later BR missed DeMarcus on the wheel route. Those are the kind of plays you have to make to try and stay in the game in a situation like this.
Definitely, and that kind of contributed to the slow start too. Again, the kickoff, and also us not playing very well on defense. Again, the offense took a little more time than I wanted to get clicking, and we had some open receivers in the first half. I think we had about 2 or 3, and then we also had the Rodgers, like you're talking about, on the wheel route, and we had Ty open, and also had Dion open on a couple that we could have hit. And I think if we could have gotten more of a rhythm there a little quicker, it probably would have helped spark the defense some too, where we had a pretty good balance and we could have played better. But we weren't on time on a lot of those plays, so it hurt us on both sides of the ball.
What's your focus during the bye week?
Focus during the bye week would be, first of all, try to get healthy. And then secondly, like we talked about defensively, we got to find ways to get better. Even though we're short on the defensive line, we got to find ways to get better. We may have to change the scheme. You never know. So we got to look at as many things as coaching-wise. We got to look at as many things as we can to try to find that spark on defense to where we're stopping people, because right now we're not.
What do you think of BR's day today, getting the start, his performance?
It's not well, actually, I didn't think he played too bad, but we've got to start quicker. And again, I didn't think he got into a rhythm until later in the game, and we were already behind quite a bit. So we got to start faster than we have. And again, last week he came in more of a backup role, and he was able to get in the rhythm right now. And a lot of times when you actually become the starter, it does put a little more pressure on you, and it took him a little longer to get going than I thought. But I thought he played well enough to where we need to continue with him and see what we can do offensively.
How was it your first time out like that? And, you being a part of this week also, how was it for you? Was this really tough for you?
It was tough in the beginning, but like I said early in the week, the reason I do this is because of the kids, and it's tough, but I took on the challenge, and I'm gonna continue to take on the challenge because I want to see them do well. And the whole time I've got to be a leader for them and keep them energetic and keep them together and keep them together as a team to where we can have a chance they can get better and keep giving us the chances to win. So it's tough, but I enjoy it because I like the kids and I want to see them do well, and I'm gonna keep fighting for them.
What did you tell them after the game?
After the game, just kind of along the lines of what I just said now, that we got to stick together. Again, it didn't turn out exactly like we wanted it to turn out, but we've got to stay together as a team. We're all we got, and we got to stay together, and we got to keep grinding.
Any other questions for George? Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Go.